The program states as design, develop, and implement recursively subdivide a tetrahedron to form 3D Sierpinski gasket. The number of recursive steps is to be specified by the user. So basically, what you have to do is first we'll check out what is Sierpinski gasket. As you are new to it, we'll check out what is Sierpinski gasket, and we'll see the definition of tetrahedron. So basically, the program tells you to draw a tetrahedron with the help of which you are drawing the Sierpinski gasket. The recursive steps. There are some recursive steps. The number of steps in the Sierpinski gasket to develop a Sierpinski gasket, it is up to the user to give it number of steps. That is, the number of triangles to be drawn inside a tetrahedron, that is a Sierpinski gasket, is up to the user. He can specify a number of steps in that. That is recursive steps. We'll check out what is Sierpinski gasket. To study the basic of Sierpinski gasket, look at the diagram specified here. This is one triangle. I'm including four number of triangles in the inside of triangle. Inside the triangle, I am developing four triangles. How many triangles are there? One, two, three, and four. There are four triangles. Again, inside each triangle, I'm drawing four triangles again. Check out, there are four parts in this, right? In each of the parts, check out how many triangles are there. One, two, three, and four. You should remain the center point. If I take this as a center triangle, which is being displayed in the triangle, you should make the triangle's center point as same. That is, this level keeps constant in all the faces, and you keep on drawing triangle inside each triangle. So finally, your output should be in this form. That is triangle which consists of huge number of triangles inside it. So this is how the Sierpinski gasket looks like. So how to start with the initial stage, you have to draw a triangle, then subdivide it into four smaller triangles, that is in this form, and then to remove the middle triangle from further consideration, that is you are just removing the triangle which is being in center by dividing each triangle by four number of triangles. So this is how the basic logic of Sierpinski gasket. To finally get the Sierpinski gasket, you have to repeat these steps. So we'll check out what is a Sierpinski gasket definition. A fractal which can be constructed by a recursive procedure. At each step, a triangle is divided into four new triangles. That is, as I told, if you are dividing the triangles into four, if you are dividing this particular triangle into four, you will get another four triangles. Similarly, each of the triangle in each step is divided into four, so that you will form a Sierpinski gasket. Finally, the central triangle is removed, and each of the other three triangles are treated as the original one, and so on, creating an infinite regression in a finite space. That is, at last you will be removing the initial whatever the triangle is in the center point, that is the center triangle is being removed, and you divide the triangles which are being initiated as single triangle, that is the triangle which is being divided into four, and you keep on divide those divided triangles again into four. So this is the basic logic of Sierpinski gasket. Then, how to represent a 3D gasket? I can call this program is about 3D gasket as well and a Sierpinski gasket as well. So we'll check out how a tetrahedron should look like. A tetrahedron is a polyhedron composed of four triangular faces, three of which meet at each vertex. That is, as I told, a tetrahedron I can call it as collection of triangles. Basically, it is collection of four triangles which is being composed of four faces of that particular triangle, in which three will meet at each vertex. Suppose if I'm considering some vertex in the triangle, the tetrahedron or a polyhedron which consists of four triangular faces, where three faces should meet at some particular vertex. The tetrahedron is the only convex polyhedron that has four faces. This is an important point to be remembered. This is as well as the Viva question. What is a tetrahedron? You can define tetrahedron as a convex polyhedron that basically has four number of faces. Check out, this is a tetrahedron. How many faces you have? One, two, three, and the back face is also one. That is also consist of four different faces. So that is basic about a 3D Sierpinski gasket as well as 3D gasket. Then check out the division, how the division is being done with respect to Sierpinski gasket. In the initial phase, as I told, how many it should be divided? It should be divided for 4. In the initial stage, how many sides you have for a triangle? There are 3 sides. With respect to 3D, the triangle is in this form. This is the initial state. There are no divisions here, that is 0 divisions. Then in the second step, there are 1 division. 1 division in the sense you are dividing the triangle into 4 phases. That is, a particular triangle is there. You are dividing that particular triangle into 4 different triangles here. So this is the second stage. In the third stage, how many number of divisions? You are making 3 number of divisions. 3 number of divisions in the sense each triangle should have 4, 8 as well as 12. It should have 12 number of triangles in each. So if you keep on counting the triangles, you will get 12 triangles in each of the face of the triangle. So the number of divisions, if the user is giving 3, the output should be in this phase. This depends on the user. If you're giving 0, this is the output. If you're giving 1, this is the output. If you're giving 3, this is the output. Then we'll check out how the program flow works. We'll be giving some libraries as well as preprocessor directives. We have defined the GLUT library here. First, I'll start drawing the tetrahedron, which consists of 4 number of faces with respect to 3 vertices. So I'm defining the vertices with respect to an array 4, 3, and I'm giving parameters for that particular array, with the help of which I'll be drawing a tetrahedron. With the help of these values, check out the first parameter is the first value of the tetrahedron, that is first vertex of the tetrahedron. The second is the second vertex, third and fourth. This is split actually differently in the diagram. So these are the vertices you are defining. That is, there are 4 vertices of 3 parameters. This is what it defines. You are defining 4 vertices with 3 parameters. So similarly, as a tetrahedron is being drawn. Then I'm defining a variable called n. This is basically used to give the number of divisions in the program. As we saw in the previous slides, we have given number of divisions, right? Different number of divisions. So that is up to the user. This value of n is up to the user, that how much ever divisions you can give. So once you pass those variables, you will get a tetrahedron of this type. Then we'll come on to the main function. As we know, the main function starts with argument count as well as argument vector as the parameters. First, in the first stage, I'll ask the user to enter the number of divisions. With the help of scanf, you are retrieving the value from the user. Now, if I give here one, you can give here any values from 0 to n value. So this is used to take the value from the user, that is from the keyboard. Then I will be initializing the GLUT library by giving arguments as argument count as well as argument vector. Now I will initialize the display mode with buffer with respect to I am defining what kind of buffer. It is a single buffer. The color is RGB, and I will be particular initialization of GLUT library. Then I will be setting the window size as well as window position by giving the parameters as 500, 500 as well as 00, which is basically represents the position as well as the size of the window. Then I will create a window of name 3D gasket. Now I'll call the display function by passing the command, that is the instruction GLUT display function of display. Now I should enable the depth buffer that is being defined in this display mode function. So I'll be using GL enable GL depth test, which is basically used to enable the depth buffer. Now I should clear the background, which by giving 111 as value. What will be the color of the background if you give the parameters as 1, all as 1? What will be the color of the background now? If I pass these as parameters, can someone from the class tell me?
White.
Yeah, now the color of the background is white. Then I'll put the main function into a loop and I'll come out of the loop. Now I should go to the display function basically, because I have called the display function here. Now I have jumped to the display function because I have called the function in the main function, that is display function in the main function. then I'll be using GL matrix mode to specify what kind of primitive it is. You are giving GL projection as a primitive type, then I will load the identity matrix. The display function should be of orthographic type, so I'll be defining GL ortho with respect to parameters like right, left, top, bottom with respect to that particular polygon. Then again, I'll be defining GL matrix mode here to specify what kind of model it is. That is by giving GL model view. Now I'll clear the buffer by again passing the color buffer bit as well as depth buffer bit. Then as I want to draw a tetrahedron into your output, I should call a separate function called as tetrahedron function of